Welcome to Home Cinema and Tech Review. What you're seeing right now is a 360 video. That's why I am shouting. So if you don't know, actually, I've been shooting in this room for around 2+ years. And this is our living room. This is a 75-inch QNED TCL that I purchased, T8B, and there are lots of reasons. A couple of comparisons with my older LG. And this is Epson LS650, which I'm going to review probably after this video. And this is the Nothing Projector screen, 120-inch ultra short throw ALR screen. I'm going to open up in a second, but before that, I'm going to hit play from both of the devices. So you are seeing actually a curtain. By the way, you're going to see the room lighting. So this around here is a 700 lux. Quite a bit of power. Let me just compare it with the 1000 nits of a TV. If you put it up top, if it just gives 100% bright, it's about 700 lux-ish. So basically, this TV and this light around, at least on a point view of light measurement, is quite similar. So it's a huge light. And also I have another light at the back where we most of the time eat dinner with the family members. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit OK, and probably both of them are playing right now. And this doesn't show anything, and that's normal. So you can rotate the camera while you watch this video, since this is a 360 video. The purpose of this video is just to show you the room. If you haven't seen it until now, I've showed it thousands of times. So maybe not thousands, but at least hundreds of times you've seen the room. So it's not about furniture. It's not about everything is perfectly placed. No, there are still things to be done, but I am reviewing a lot of stuff. So I am revising too many times, and it's not a fixed stuff. So this room is 35 square meter-ish, 40, I guess. And the distance, this section where you sit right now, you are at the same spot where I watch 120-inch screen like this. So that's why I placed the camera where you can look around. And I'm going to close the ambient light, first light. So this is going to be the TV light. If I open up this highlight, okay, I can't watch the TV. And if I want to watch the TV, the backlights might be on and might be off. My personal choice, off, because normally I have ambient lights, which I'm going to take the phone and show it to you. So right now, the Epson is running in, I guess, let me just take a look at it. I guess, okay, let's just go back. I think Epson is running 30%. And the TV is generally 50%. Let's go from here to Vivid. And I'm going to go from here to show you the brightness. Even in the Vivid mode, it's around 30%. So let me just put it to the 75%, where it really deserves in a lit room. So right now, the room lights are coming directly at your back or wherever you're looking from. This is a 360 video. And that's why I'm shooting it. Normally, it shouldn't be like this, but it makes sense. Believe me, you know right now where the lights are coming. You can rotate and look at it whichever direction you want. But the camera is trying to probably overexposed. Let me just take a look at the TV's brightness levels. TV is at the 50. So they're kind of like matching on the brightness, but basically TV is 75. And the projector is projecting 120, so the screen size is huge. So you're not going to have any problems. Let me just walk around, and I close the second light. That's where the room is still, as you can see, I have huge amount of windows everywhere. So you can rotate around. In a sunny day, I can't watch the TV if I don't use the sun blockers fully, because I see the reflection of the curtains on the TV. Bigger the TV you got, more reflections you will have. So let me just open up the ambient lights that I use. I use right now Govee ambient lights. Let me just connect to Wi-Fi and choose the Govee app. it's not a sponsored video, okay? This is an educational video. If you haven't seen the room setup and what kind of a light effect that you will have, and I'm going to open up the ambient lights at the back. Right now they are hitting the walls and of course the ceiling. Room is kind of like lit where I can read books. Even here where no additional lights are at the back, at least for the camera's first perspective. If you're looking at the screens, you can turn around and look where the lights are. You can definitely read a book here without any issue because screen is huge and it's giving me huge light with the TV. But it doesn't change here. So I can read really books here. As you can see still, the projector is not in the brightest mode. That's what I'm going to show off. This is the section where I use from here. I go dynamic and I boost it up again without even boosting the projector's brightness levels. I just change the version of the image. So I'm going to go push it up, and as you can see, I have no doubt we have catch the 50% of the 75-inch TV. Since this is a huge thing compared to 75, I believe that you're going to be happy with the results. And you don't need this much of a brightness, believe me. You don't need this size bright as a TV because this picture is huge. It will light up the entire room. So I, most of the time, if I need a bright image, I go dynamic and drop it like 50 to 60% brightness. I don't hear the fan noise. I catch the TV and I'm done. But even then, in a darkroom setup with an ambient light, I go cinema mode. I know for some people it might be a little less, enough of a brightness, but I go cinema and I am okay with that, with much more detail, depth of field and everything. Cinema is a little soft when you look at the vivid or bright modes because most of the time cinema is probably majority of projectors are choosing the soft image, just like as cinematographers do with the lenses. So I intended to do when I shoot. So I am okay with the cinema 8 out of 10, but if I had to push, if the movie is dark, then I go dynamic. Let me just go back to the dynamic, at least for this video's sake, and I'm going to tell you what happens. So if you choose to lit up your room from ground up to high level like ceilings, ambient light projection screen will give you the TV style. And the total cost I explained with the TV versus projector video. On that video I told entire story and the camera was tuned to shoot up the TV and the projector dedicated exposure. But definitely this is a QLED TV, and this is a projector and the screen setup. The entire setup together is still costing same if you choose 4K Epson LS 650, but if you choose Epson LS 300 at that corner, I'm going to compare these two, which is my old projector. It's a Full HD Ultra Short, and if you go Full HD Ultra Short just for casual movie watching, it's more than enough. And if you have like gaming and stuff, TV, the total cost is less than a 75-inch LG G4. I'm not talking about the latest versions, newer versions of the OLED series. So it is kind of like equal to C4, LG C4 75-inch and LG G4 75-inch. I suggest, think again, make your choice smarter, just not more expensive. So you've seen the room. I will just get the camera a little higher, okay, in the end section. This is regularly my eye level right now. I'm 170, so you can look the entire room around and understand the room lights and how the images look. Let me know what you think under the comment section below. If you want to see further 360 videos in the channel, I know it's a little bit difficult to understand. You can roll the video, push it back and forth. And if you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. Until the next video, home cinema and tech review, and hoşça kalın from Turkey. Since this is a 360 camera video, I can't escape, but I'm going to walk backside and I'm going to stop the video. Until the next video, hoşça kalın and bye.